Brenson. So, do you sometimes wonder, have you heard about a stack? What is a stack? And why do you care? Why would you want to use a stack? And what is it all about? So, we're going to talk about that in a second. But first, this my name is Jean-Serge, and I'm going to help entrepreneurs like you generate residual income from digital course strategies. And today, as you can tell, I'm doing this from my phone because my computer's in the middle of updating, so I can't use the computer, which I normally do. But anyway, so the reason I'm talking about the stack is because I'm still listening to Russell Brunson, his Expert Secret book, where he talks about the stack slide, right? It's part of a webinar presentation or a live presentation or lots of other places where you're trying to sell something, right? It's basically the part of the presentation that has everything that you're selling, including everything you're giving as bonuses and all that. And the reason why it's important is when Russell talks about, when he talks about he explains it as the perfect webinar. He talks about that it's the perfect webinar. That's his what he calls his script, his webinar script, where he explains all the different steps in a webinar. If you're doing a webinar, you want to be doing it every week for a long time live, right? So you learn the skills, so you get better and better every single week. You don't want to, of course you're going to want to automate it eventually, but you don't want to automate it too early because you want to be good at all the aspects of it, right? And especially, of course, you want to be good at generating sales and getting people to buy your product. Whatever it is you're trying to sell, a webinar, you want to be explaining some aspects of what you're selling, and then when you come to the end where you're wanting to give them a call to action to actually order your product, you're going to have bonuses, right? You're not just going to be selling your product because, well, that's what people expect. People expect to have extra things, not just the product itself. They expect to have bonuses for being on the webinar, for watching live, for all these different reasons. They expect things on top of whatever the product is. It could be cheat sheets, a list, a checklist. It could be a PDF explaining the what do you call it? The words said during the webinar in a PDF. It could be a slide deck. What they saw throughout the webinar, the slides that you showed them. But the thing is that at the end, when you're starting to talk about the product, right? So how do you transition to that? That's a separate topic, but just, you start by saying, can I ask you a question? And then you start talking about the product. Would it be worth this much if this just did this, right? So, and the thing is that you want to have a value to your final product, not a price, right? You want to say how much your product is worth to them, what it would be, what would it be worth to them if they tried to do it on their own? How much time would it cost them? How much money would it cost them to build it, to create it, all the different pieces? But the thing is that the stack slide is the part that should be the very last slide you show them, the very last thing they see before the webinar is over. And the idea is that as you go through the webinar, say you have 10 bonuses, or let's just make it less, let's say 5 bonuses. You got your product, and then you got your bonuses, right? So you have bonus number 1, you have bonus number 2, bonus number 3, bonus number 4, bonus number 5, right? So whatever those bonuses are, you don't want to just be showing the slide with the bonus and then the slide with the other bonus and then the slide with the other bonus. You want to be showing a stack slide which shows your product plus bonus 1. Then you talk about bonus 1. Then you want to show a slide that has your product plus bonus 1 plus bonus 2. Then you talk about bonus 2. And then you want to have a slide, etc., right? So you add so that the final slide has the product and all 5 bonuses, or 10 or 20 or whatever bonuses. Obviously, you won't have too many. There's a number that works, and of course, it depends on your niche, your industry. So that's why you need to be doing the webinar multiple times to figure all these things out for your audience, for your niche. But that's the stack slide. And apparently, if you're not using a stack slide, and then you start using it, and even those that have been having success, if they have been doing good with the stacks, their webinars. They've been selling, 10, 20% or whatever it is of their audience. And then they add the stack slide at the end, and they change the way they do it, and they add that stack slide. Apparently, they triple their sales. So 300% more sales. If they've been selling 10%, they'd be selling 30% of their audience. That is amazing, right? Definitely worth using the stack slide. That's what the stack slide is. Hopefully, you got some value from this, and if you think anybody else needs to hear this message, and please go ahead and share. I'm sure they'd appreciate it, and I would too. And until next time, my name is Jean-Serge Gagnon, and this has been Course Income Secrets.